It's another edition of What's Up, Flobo? 224 episodes, era rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for checking out this episode and all the other episodes in the What's Up, Flobo canon, available right here exclusively on that YouTube. Get the housekeeping out the way. FlowPizza.threadless.com is where you want to go to get that swag, get those shirts, get those mugs, and more. And if you want to hear more or watch more content that this guy creates, become a member of the Patreon. Patreon.com/FlowBoys. We call it the Boisterous Crew. Yeah. Now, as you can tell, my voice sounds a little bit weird, doesn't it? It sounds odd to me. Maybe you don't even notice. But that's because I blew it out, baby. I gotta stop doing that. I have to get like vocal insurance or something. Just a victim of circumstance. Had a wedding on Saturday. I was streaming pretty hard Sunday morning, and then Sunday afternoon, well, I went beyond the pale. But before I get into that, I just want to say, yes, take care of your voice. Get that honey, get that lemon, get that salt water, whatever you need to get your voice right. It's the only one you got. But I had the pleasure this past weekend of getting back on wrestling commentary for Republic of Lucha. A friend hit me up on Friday afternoon. Was like, "Hey, what are you doing Sunday?" There's a show going on. It's up in South Pasadena. Are you down to do some commentary? And I don't really know what to expect. I mean, on one hand, I'm warm, right? I do these shows every week. I do the esports casting. But when it comes to wrestling, it's like play by play for wrestling moves and hold is a little bit different. Color commentary for wrestling is a little different. But I say, yeah, partially to help out a friend, but to partially to also do the whole like, oh, it's been a while. Let me see if I still got it. So, Republic of Lucha was great. It is a very fun show, and I was paired with comedian slash wrestling fan Dan Black, which I didn't think was possible. But there's another comedian wrestling fan I did not know living in SoCal, and he's from New York, which is even he's from Long Island, which is even more uncanny. But he made it clear. He was like, "Look, I'm a funny guy. I can be your color. Can you do the play by play?" And I go, "Okay." You know, when someone gives you an opportunity, you always say yes. When I was learning radio in college, my station manager always said, "Never turn down airtime." When he asked me to do the afternoon jazz wave, and I said, "I don't know anything about jazz." He goes, "Say yes and figure it out later." So last time I got behind the commentary for wrestling in that commentary booth is like 10 years ago. I'm not the same broadcaster now that I was back then, but it was so cool to slip into what I've learned from esports. And this is the reason why I mentioned that, because sometimes experience is cyclical, not circular or cyclical, not circular. Because of my experience with pro wrestling in the early 2000s, early 2010s, I was more confident to try esports. But because I've been practicing esports for so long, I slipped back into being a good commentary for wrestling, and it kind of went back around in circles. The show was fun. I think it's available now on Fight Network by the time this airs. So if you have the like $5 or so or $10 or so, make sure you check it out. Let me know what you think. But it was cool to get in that back in that wrestling air, and it's like, you know what? On the back of my book, Graduation Day, which is available now on Amazon, I said, I learned everything in life from professional wrestling. And that was just a bona fide example of what that is. So much fun doing commentary once more. Elsewhere in Flobo land, it is the birthday week. My birthday is this Saturday. Am I enjoying it? No. Not to complain, not to say what was me, but this is a lot going on. Just things have just been so condensed. I haven't been able to have time to enjoy it. Everyone's like, "How are you doing to celebrate? What are you doing to celebrate?" It's like, I'm not, because like I mentioned last week, I worked the Sunday, the 26th, in a very challenging logistical area. So my whole week is just trying to prep that the best way I can. On Saturday night, I'm doing a comedy show for Red Gorilla Comedy Hour. The Red Gorilla Comedy Hour is coming back. So I'm going to be on that show as a comedian. But not only am I thinking about my DJ job the Sunday, I am thinking about not bombing on my birthday on the Saturday. And in the preparation of those two, and Flobito's book club, which is worth a skim, which is due on the Patreon, it's been pretty tight to try to carve out time to do all of that on top of my normal digital content duties, Draped in Gold, Commander's Log, What's Up Flobo, and try to find some time to slip out and and repack all my DJ gear. So when I do go out, it doesn't look like I robbed the electronics store. It looks like presentable. So I know time management is a first world problem to say the least, but one, I want to say that happens to everyone. I'm not special or different just because I do more. But on the second time, it's like, yeah, this is not a relaxing week at all. Maybe next week, which is something I should put on a t-shirt because I say that all the time. But this couple of days, it's just been so crazy. And even though it's a good problem to have, whether or not it's being booked for a show and the DJ stuff, it does have a little bit of stress involved. But most times it's going to be fine. Most times it's going to be great. You always look back and go, oh, I can't believe I stressed about that week. It's the next week I'm worried about. And of course, it's the big bad COVID boogeyman hanging outside. For example, at Republic of Lucha, everyone was outdoors, but it was a packed house, right? So it was outdoors, but it's a packed house, and I was still worried about the virus, even though I was in the corner with commentary, had the mask off to do the commentary. Every time I got up for any reason, outdoors, whether not to go to the bathroom or to get a drink, I wore the mask on. Will that help me? I don't know. Is taking a mask off outside an open air bar smart if it's open air? I don't know. Is wearing the mask when you're online for a concert smart? I don't know anymore. So another thing I get to worry about. So it's going to be tight. Didn't mean to make this episode about me worrying about things. I just want to say that I am so grateful to be able to get back into the wrestling game. And I am looking forward to entertaining people this weekend with comedy on Saturday, with DJing the wedding on Sunday. But on the path to that, the preparation that goes into that has been kind of like white knuckling. I maybe have a celebratory cheeseburger for the actual day of my birth next week or the week after. I don't know. Well, let me know in the comments below what you're feeling, how you feeling, how's life, how you're living. I love reading those. I read them all, even though YouTube is weird with pinging me on the comments. I might get them like 5 days later. I do read them all. But until next time, deal. Say hi to your mother for me. I'll catch you next week.